This is my review of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Gotta remember, it's a tough name. Overall, before I get into anything, I did not like this movie. It was really hard to follow. I could not grasp it at all. I really couldn't relate to it, even though I'm in a relationship and have been in relationships that have fallen out. I thought Jim Carrey was just nuts. I didn't really appreciate much of the film, but other than that, I'll get right into it. Structure of the story, a lot of inside Jim Carrey or Joel's brain there, and I'd say it was linear but fragmented, as they would call back flashbacks to him and Clementine dating, but it was linear in his mind. Builds tension by adding Clementine into the mix, in and without, and definitely this procedure adds tension. I mean, it's crazy. I imagine if that was possible in real life. Surprises. I definitely think the biggest surprise was that the girl, not secretary, I don't want to say secretary, but the woman who worked in the office with the doctor had relations with the doctor, but then she erased that. I thought that was, I didn't see that coming. That was a good twist, I will admit. Good twist. Key people, definitely Clementine, Joel, Doctor, and I'd say Mark Ruffalo's that third one there. He was just a little nuts, dancing around in his underwear with the girl on the bed over Jim Carrey. How do they change over the course of the film? Jim Carrey grows. I didn't understand the end. I did not. It was a really tough film for me to understand. So the changing of these characters over the course of the film, I had a hard time kind of grasping with. Effective choices for the story. I think I really did try and pay attention. I put my phone down, like I really tried to engage. In effective choices, I think so. It was hard to tell. Main themes are social issues. Main themes, I think, like procedures in general, like that brings up like procedures that are ethical procedures with not. I mean, not that abortion is similar in any rate, but maybe the way folks would look at this procedure if it was in real life. Visuals definitely communicate the themes. I think the beach theme where they first met, I thought that was a nice setting for them. It was very open and very alone. Like they seemed alone even though they were together. Filmmaker's point of view, I don't know who the filmmaker was or the director or the producer. I should have looked that up. But I could sense the point of view of them trying to write like a sad but not sad story. I thought Jim Carrey's character was just a little nuts, so it was really hard to connect with him at all. Yeah. Cinematography was really good. Not as good as our previous film, but unlike our previous film, Mark Ruffalo was actually in this one. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was anything crazy. Nothing Vince Gilligan-esque or anything like that. It was good. It was good. Lighting and colors, definitely when they were in his brain, lighting and colors definitely played a part for sure. And when it would go blurry and stuff like that. Yeah, when it would go blurry, any symbolic images. The beach, like I said. Sorry, I'm just looking. I have the notes written up here. What hit me emotionally was definitely the relationship between Clementine and Joel. I think it was kind of crazy. She loved him but didn't love him, and he loved her but he loved someone prior to that. It was kind of tough. I didn't resonate with the film personally. The only reason I've dated some girls who I've not agreed with, and they didn't agree with me, so I guess that could be a relation in that sense. What didn't work for me, kind of everything. I was really not a fan with this film. I was lost. I was up there for like the first 30 minutes, but as soon as they really started tapping into Joel's brain, I was kind of out. It was really confusing. When he was a kid under the table, I couldn't grasp that. And I get that's Jim Carrey's kind of that weird-esque Truman Show, stuff like that, but I just couldn't grasp it. I understand it was a good film, but any strategies I would use in my own work, probably not, but they definitely had underlying messages and things that I had to think about more to understand the film, which I'm not good at, so it was a little tough for me to understand. What lessons does film offer about crafting a compelling story? I think it built up. It had layers to it. The doctor's office, to Jim Carrey's home, to him waking up, to him going to sleep. Like, it was fragmented in that sense, but I really liked the way it was set up in the first half hour. Half hour there, I was in. First half hour, I was locked. I was like, oh, the procedure. Clementine didn't recognize him at the bookstore. I was in. But overall, good film. I'm glad I watched it. Thank you for my review.